poppin', yo? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at yet another series review. And today we're taking a look at, not an anime, but it did start off as an anime and a trading card game, and now it is global. We are taking a look at a new Pokemon series, which is on Netflix, with 4 episodes, 20 minutes each, which runs about, to 80 minutes, so an hour and 10 minutes. No, an hour and 20 minutes, sorry. And it's easy watch, you can watch it all in one go like I did, and it's Pokemon Concierge. Sorry if I did say that wrong. Concierge. I don't really know how to say it, but it is the new stop-motion Pokemon series on Netflix, and I watched it all, and I'm not a big fan of it, I'm going to be honest. I didn't really enjoy it, and I found myself going on my phone quite a bit. But let's break it down. There's 4 episodes, and they're quite easy to break down. It isn't like an extraordinary, over-the-top, adventurous story. It is quite short, sweet, and simple. With episode 1, we're introduced with our new character, who is pretty much down in the dumps. She broke her heels. She got broken up with by her boyfriend. She was late for a meeting. She sucks at cooking. And she gets this new job on this island at a Pokemon sort of holiday resort. And the first day is just her getting loose, letting loose, and just having a good time, learning to have a good time, and not having to worry and stress about the job, and just be herself. Just do what she wants to do. Don't have to be adult. Don't have to be facts and statistics all the time. She can have fun and have a little bit of downtime as well. That was episode 1. Episode 2... she befriends a Psyduck and helps him be less shy and come out of his shell a little bit more. And that's pretty much all that happened in episode 2. Episode 3, they run around and find what her special skill is, what she's passionate about. And what she's passionate about and what her special skill is art, helping Pokemon and fixing things. So, how she did it was, there was the Magikarp that wasn't very good at swimming, so it had a life jacket, like this life sort of boy, this inflatable rubber ring, which they gave it to him to help him swim so he can have fun in the water, and it got popped because of Psyduck, so she tried to fix it and ended up making a toy, and all the Pokemon loved it, so she just started making toys for them all. That was episode 3. Episode 4, she helps this shy little Pikachu come out of its shell. This kid comes to the island on a holiday with his pet Pikachu, with his Pokemon Pikachu, and she loves Pikachus, so Haru, our main character, I don't know if I said a name yet or not, decides to help this Pikachu, and she takes it on a load of different things. This Pikachu is just sad and anxiety-ridden. I resonated with this Pikachu quite a bit, and I hated how they were forcing him to do things that he clearly didn't want to do, and they were trying to get him to come out of his shell when he didn't want to. And I know that from first-hand, that being forced to do something when you're feeling filled with anxiety, especially social anxiety, and you go to a party and you're having you just want to stay to yourself, you're having anxiety, and people are trying to force you to come out of your shell. You don't really want that, and it sort of makes you go deeper into your shell. If I'm just left alone to get a little bit more comfortable in the situation, to gradually let myself out of the shell, I can do that, but it's a lot harder when I feel forced and pressured. It makes me feel trapped, and then I close down and go even deeper into the shell and don't want to do anything. I just want to sit there by myself, and I struggle to ease myself out of it. So she ends up helping the Pikachu anyway, and it gets out of its shell because of a drawing she made for it. And he has fun in his own way. They do what the Pikachu wants to do instead of what the kid wants to do. And him and the kid do it together, so he doesn't feel as alone and doesn't feel as abandoned. And that's pretty much it. That was the story. That was the 4 episodes. That's all there is right now. And I'm going to be honest, I felt like it was too short. We got to know the main character pretty well, and we got to know the side characters. They all got an equal amount of screen time. It's just, it felt too short. It doesn't feel like a good enough story to be its own thing. I don't think there was enough content there. It felt very bare bones and very basic. And especially being set in the Pokemon world, there is so much you can do, but they didn't do it. Again, It was a holiday resort island and there was no Boozle. I'm taking a point off for that, because Boozle is my favourite Pokemon. What the fuck, where was a Boozle? We had so many obscure Pokemon, some lesser-known Pokemon, and I'm like, right, cool, this is a lesser-known Pokemon series. We're not getting, like, the main ones in. We can get a Boozle in here. Nope. No Boozle, no nothing. We got a Ferret. That was the closest thing that I got to one of my favourite Pokemon. And it really upset me. However, there's just not enough content. There was a very limited amount of Pokemon, and I get that. It is a stop-motion series. They do have to make all the models themselves. So having, like, a limited cast of Pokemon is fair. It's just, I felt like there could have been more. Like, more to the series. Again, keeping the cast small is fine. Keeping the cast small is great. It means for further exploring the characters, further getting to know them, and a lot more time being spent with them. But if you're keeping the cast small, be a little bit more adventurous with their characters. Be a little bit more out there and explore their characters a little bit more than just grazing the surface. It is a good opening 4 episodes, but it's not opening into anything else. It just opens up and then it ends. So it doesn't feel like there's enough there. The stop-motion aspect to it is incredible. I love all the little details. I love all the character designs. They're just so cool. Seeing these Pokemon made out of actual materials and seeing how they would look in real life looks really cool. All the different felt Pokemons, all the different plasticky ones, the rubbery ones, based off the different texture that their skin would be. And it just looks really cool. However, a nitpick with them, the movement was so fluid, but their mouths didn't match up to what they were saying. Their mouths didn't match. They do that very well in Wallace and Gromit, very well in Coraline, Kibo and the Two Strings. Can't think of anything more. Paranorman, and there's another one which I can't remember off the top of my head. Just give me a second, and it's gone. Their mouths match up very well in all those other things. It's just in this, it doesn't. Their mouths don't match, and it bugged me for a while. I was watching it, like looking at it, and I'm like, there's something off here, there's something not right, and that's what it was. Their mouth wasn't moving right. It did take me a while to figure out, but it just fixed the mouths a little bit. We also had very dry content as well. It wasn't, like, it was very limited and very dry, very basic. They didn't really explore anything. They had a whole hotel to explore, talk about, do cool adventures with. I know you are very limited with stop motion. I think they were limited in budget as well. However, it's Pokemon. You need to be a little bit more adventurous, a little bit more going out there, go for it. A more grounded Pokemon series is welcomed and is pretty interesting, but this wasn't it. This wasn't what a more grounded Pokemon series needed to be. Because, again, it's very basic. There isn't much going on. The Pokemon feel more of a background character and don't feel as important as any of the others. There's also a massive plot hole, like, that it ends on, with Haru going to welcome a new guest. That new guest is a whale. That whale called in. How did that whale call in and book? This hotel is for Pokemon and people alike. Pokemon are guests too, and Pokemon can come on their own free will, without owners, without trainers. How do Pokemon book a hotel in the middle of nowhere without the use of technology, without the use of a trainer, without the use of an owner? Pokemon can just show up and get a table, get a seat. That's fair enough. But when they call and book, how do they do it? I would love to see a Pokemon use a phone, and I would love to see a human understand what that Pokemon is saying when all it is saying is Pika, Pika, Pikachu. Like, how do you understand what that Pikachu's saying? How do you understand that booking? I don't know. I would like answers to that. But it is a cute little series. I would have just liked more from it. It felt very short, like way too short. I felt like they could have explored some of the characters a little bit more. The characters were good, and there was one called Tyler, so I loved that. Some Tyler representation going on, but again, it just felt very nothing. It felt like I wasted an hour and 20 minutes because nothing really happened. But other than that, go watch the series for yourself, see what you think, see if you agree with me, see if you don't. I am going to give it a 4 out of 10. I love stop motion normally. There's a lot of effort and a lot of time that goes into making stop motion. It's just nothing happened. It was a lot of time and a lot of effort for like an hour and 20 minutes of nothing. It just felt empty. It felt soulless. It felt lifeless. There was nothing really there to sort of indulge in. It's just Pokemon. So other than that, hope you all enjoyed. See you all next one. Have a nice day and goodbye.